Okay, so this is going to be part two of Ogling versus appreciating a woman's beauty. Okay, so this bounces off the last video where I said you have to go watch that and then watch this. I promise you it's going to make sense. Because you got to put the pieces together. That's kind of thing when people say, "Oh, give me a tip." It doesn't work that way. You got to have the pieces put together to go, "Oh." Otherwise, I'm just doing what all the other guys have done. You're getting tips, etc., etc. But you know that's what you guys want, and that's how I market my business. So if you watch that video, Ogling versus appreciating a woman's beauty, and then watch this one, part two, you're gonna see something you never saw before. So when I was mentioning early on in the videos, like women are basically challenging men right now. They're almost demanding, saying it's freaking time. Here, let me move this a little bit. They're saying it is time, guys. Seriously, it is time that you get out of the, I said the 40s and 50s. It's actually the caveman mentality. Men are still using this base caveman. They see a girl they like, and and I've actually done this with clients. I've recorded on my cell phone a video of them, and then I upload it to my computer, and I have them watch, and like, oh my god, I didn't know I looked like that. Like, you're doing the whole caveman thing. You don't even know you do it. And I talk to women all the time. They're like, yeah, men are still cavemen. It's like they can't snap out of it. Here's the thing. The caveman, it's technically what you're doing is unconsciously, because your mating system is right next to your hunter mode, and they're both inside your caveman brain, or I call it the caveman brain, the reticulating activating system, or your reptilian brain, the brainstem. That's the instinctual system. Okay, I'll call it the instinctual brain, and it has your fight and flight, and it also it's about mating and reproducing and keeping the species going and keeping us alive, right? So our mating system's in there. Well, guess what? Our hunter system, where we aim and target, is also in that linear, narrow system. So when a guy likes a girl, he goes into hunter mode. It's like he's looking down a scope or looking down a sight, and he's got blinders on. That is a turn off for a woman. If you do that, which is what 90+% of the guys do, they like a woman, they lock on, they smile, and it's a creepy smile. And guys are like, what are you talking about? I'm just trying to be polite and smile. Like, yeah, like that's creepy, dude. When you do the whole laser and you lean, not only that, but notice how I keep leaning forward. I'm doing it on purpose because that's what men do unconsciously. So you're going, okay, well, so what else should I do? So this is the part about coming into the year 2018. It is freaking time. You can lie to me. You can lie to all the women on the planet, and I'm telling you what, we're all saying the same thing. Yeah, guys, keep doing this thing. Doesn't work, okay? So what's happening, and let me get to when I said the 40s and 50s, technically it's the caveman era that still you're carrying along. It is a very low base level of attempting to pick up on a woman, but it doesn't work. It didn't even work on women hundreds of years ago. They don't like it. So here's what we're doing. So, well, let's go over that part first. So again, your hunting system and your mating system connect. I like to say they're right next to each other, but they connect when a man is attracted to a woman. And then he goes into that linear tubal thing, meaning he just went down into his base reptilian brain, and he's not functioning on a higher, larger human function, a higher system, which is much more intelligent. And that is what turns a woman on. Her mating system is wired to literally get turned on like a light switch, I'll use that word, like a light switch, when she sees a man that's appreciating her beauty in a bigger picture way, meaning it's coming from the larger human hemisphere brain versus the base instinctual fight or flight brain, right? That her mating system was designed and built on purpose to where when you go into this system, the reptilian brain, she gets turned off. Done. Game over. Okay? Now, her system was designed to play what I call the cat and mouse game. In other words, it's to play hard to get. The thing is what most men don't understand is women do play hard to get, but they're doing it because, well, that's the way I'm wired, is because that's what turns her on. So what she does unconsciously, she projects it onto you and say, I'm going to play hard to get because I like that guy. The problem is the male brain is direct. Either we're going to have sex or we're not. A means A, That's it. There's no indirect, deeper meaning. A guy would rather have you say, I don't want sex, and say no up front than be teased for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. And someone will tease guys for hours, even days. And then the guy flips out and you're a B word and you're a this and you F and oh man. And women, when they get about 37, 38 and older, they'll tell me like, I realized men really don't like that. They act like you killed their firstborn child, right? So the thing is, though, now this is the really weird thing. So because guys are direct, a guy wants to walk up to a girl and say, I like you, you're attractive, I want to have sex with you, I want you to be my girlfriend. When we like a girl, boom, we're ready. It's our mating system is visual. And so once we see a girl that fits our type, done, we're ready. And that's a hard thing for a woman to understand because her whole system's all about playing hard to get, the communication, left brain, right brain, and then going internal. And it's a process which takes time. And guys don't understand that. Like, do you like me or not? Like again, we're back to the direct thing because the male brain is the direct brain and his system is connected to that. Okay. So here's what I'm saying. Unconsciously, women are trying to seduce and turn women on the way a woman's turned on. And men are trying to seduce and turn a woman on the way a man is turned on. And it doesn't work. So here's the secret, guys. You do have to play hard to get. I'm going to give you some real life stories here. Let me make sure I got everything in here. So now we're going to go into the modern era. But it's really been this way for hundreds of years. This isn't new. Her mating system's always been wired to a guy whose awareness is inside. When she sees a guy whose awareness, let's say this is your awareness, when it's inside and on you, it draws her to you and it triggers her mating system. When your mating system is on her and you're external and you're doing the linear thing, her mating system goes, oh, I don't like that, and she wants to get away. It turns it off. Not good. We don't want to do that. What we do want to do, as I said in the last video, is you want to be internal and you want to have your vision expanding out like this, okay? You don't want to concentrate it and laser beam it on her. Wrong thing to do. So here's why. Her mating system is looking for a male who has his awareness on his system. Now, there's a couple reasons why. One is because now you're connected to your radar system and you're more in tune, which means now she can relax because now you're aware of your environment, which allows her and you to be safer. Most modern men are doing this. They got blinders up like a racehorse, right? And women say, yeah, you can manipulate guys like that. Because guys, they don't appreciate it when you got the blinders up. Because now she's got to do the man's job. And the other thing it does is it turns her off. Now it takes her out of her emotional brain where her mating system is connected to, and it brings her over to her logical brain, and she's turned off. And there's no fun. There's no fun there for her or for you. So here's the other thing. Her mating system was designed to play the cat and mouse game. The male way of doing this ends the game. Game over. So she's like, okay, well, I got to look for someone else to play this game with because they really, really, really like it. All right? It's fun to them. And that fun is stimulating, which leads to being turned on. And if you don't do it, they're just like, okay, well, whatever. True life story. When I was a little kid, my friend Johnny came across the street, knocked on the door, and he looked at me, kind of looked back. And funny thing is, he didn't say it was kind of a really weird thing. So we went across the street, went to the backyard, but by the side gate. So there's the big garage, and there's a little the side gate. You open it and walk through the side of the house and the fence, walk by the garbage cans. And when we got to the back, there was like a porch area with a picnic table. So as we walked back there, the dad was back there. And he goes, shh, stop. And we're like, what? And I looked down, there's a cat. And it was our little cat. It's a cute cat. Okay. And it was crouched down. And it's flicking its tail back. Flicking. And I'm like, what's it doing? And then I looked to see where it was looking. Oh, cute mouse. And I looked back at the cat. Oh, and then I was like, oh, and I remember, oh my God, it's going to get, look, and I run, mouse. And sure enough, the mouse moved a little bit and the cat just, and it jumped on it because its instinctual system to hunt, because it wants it, the Mother Nature or whatever, it made it to where it will eat fresh live meat, not dead animals that have been sitting there for days. Not good. So when that mouse took off, that cat was and it bit into it, and I'm like, oh no, God! And then the cat let it go, and then and I'm like, oh good, mouse ran again. The cat jumped on again, ripped into it, and it's slowly killing this thing. I'm like, oh my God! And I look at the dad, and it lets it go again, and I go, why doesn't he just kill it and get it over with? It's like it was toying with it. And the dad goes, because it's a domesticated cat. It's got plenty of food in the garage. You can just walk into the cat door at the bottom of the door, little flap thing, and it's got fresh water and food. We put it out for the cat every single day, and then at nighttime we open a can of food and feed it, that food. So he's not actually hungry, but he still has that instinct, right? Well, here's the thing: the female's mating system is very similar to that. The moment you show her I'm in love, and you're like on her, like you're looking at her body, her tits and ass, if I can say that, game over. You're already caught. You're the mouse, and she already caught you. You're already in the cage. And once you're caught, it's like, whatever. So what happens was the cat let the mouse go again for the third time. And the mouse didn't move. And I was like, oh, don't move, don't move. Because you could tell the cat was like, it kind of looked away. And then the damn mouse moved a little bit. And the cat jumped on again. And it broke its neck. And it was dead. And literally, I mean, less than a second. Cat looks at it, it pats it, and it went to turn, and its tail flicked. I'm like, no! And the cat went in, got it again, and broke it some more. And the cat patted it once or two more times, and it was like, oh, it's dead. And it just ran off. Same thing with a woman, guys. If you don't learn how to play this cat and mouse game on an expert level, she's going to start looking for another challenge. Have you ever heard a woman say, I'm looking for a challenge? It's because it triggers her mating system and it turns her on. Now, a guy is thinking, I just got home from work. I don't want to come home and argue and fight. But some women see this as a challenge. And he's going, I just want to relax. There's a way that you can learn. And I did, give it to you now, but I'll give you a little bit more. But there's a much more in-depth way of doing it. So in general, go into peripheral vision and put your awareness on your body. If you get good at that, if you do it the way that I teach my clients, man, you've got it locked in, and that's going to trigger her mating system. That's going to make her go nuts. And if you're married, she's going to continually to chase you and do all this stuff. And here's the thing: when a woman's chasing you, she's very happy because she's stimulated. When she's not chasing you, she gets bored really fast, and after a while, she's going to get really pissed. And this is why we used to be romantic and all this stuff. So I'm going to leave it at that. Let's see if there's something else. Okay, this is an important story. Really important to understand this. So my niece Elena, one day she called me up and said, Uncle Michael, and like, yeah, she goes, well, since you're in this relationship stuff, can I ask you a question? I was like, yeah, what's going on? She goes, why is it that whenever I like a guy, he doesn't like me? And I started laughing. She goes, what's so funny? I'm like, well, the reason why you like him is because he doesn't like you. I go, let me guess. This guy you're talking about, he doesn't even notice you, does he? He goes, yeah, how'd you know? It's like I could be in a room. He doesn't even know I exist. That's what she said. Well, that's the cat and mouse game. It's a challenge. Like, this guy doesn't even notice me. Well, I'm going to get his attention. I'm going to flip my hair. I'm going to walk around. I'm going to bump into him. And women will do all these little things. And what they're doing is they're acting like lures. They'll put lipstick on, earrings that dangle, long hair. They'll flip their hair. They'll do all kinds of stuff to get your attention. Now, here's the thing, though. It tells her mating system that you're not desperate when you don't notice her, meaning you probably got a job you love. You've got responsibilities. You have other choice of women that you can choose from. They don't want a guy that has no choice, because it's like you're not choosing her. You're just with her because you don't have a choice and she's accepting you. That does not turn a woman on. What turns a woman on is you could have 100 women that you could choose from, but you chose her out of all the women that you could have had. That is what makes a woman happy. That's what makes a woman feel loved. So when a woman is fighting to get your attention or playing the cat and mouse game, it really makes them like you, and it makes them value the relationship more. I'll give you one more piece about that. So let me ask you a question. Has this ever happened before? She goes, yeah, I told you. Happens all the time. I go, let me guess. there's a guy that doesn't even notice you. She goes, uh-huh. And then eventually you stand next to him, you bump into him, or you find a excuse to talk to him, or maybe a friend introduces you. She goes, uh-huh. I go, and then the next day you guys talk. She goes, uh-huh. And then the third day you talk. She goes, uh-huh. I go, you're already bored. And then he might say, hey, do you want to get lunch tomorrow? And you're like, yeah. And I go, right now, the moment he puts his attention on you, you lose interest. And she giggles. She goes, oh my God, I do that all the time. I go, so a woman will go from, I have to have the guy, that's the one, I want to marry him, he's the one, and the minute he gets attention, it's the equivalent of the moment the mouse stops and the cat pats it and takes off and gets bored and looks for another challenge. So there's a way to actually be a challenge, not only to get the girl, but also to keep the girl. Hey, this is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com, MikeKollin.com. If you want to save your marriage, you have to take this course. You really don't have a choice. If you want to make it a happier, not only happy, but more stimulating relationship like you had for the first 6 to 12 months, take this course, and I promise you, I'll show you how to bring that back by triggering her mating system, by giving her mental stimulation and emotional fulfillment. If you're a single guy, it makes it really easy to meet the girls. And it makes women really happy all the way around. So get my book, Cracked Female Code, at crackedfemalecode.com or MikeColleen.com, same thing. And it's on sale right now for Christmas. See you guys soon. Bye.